Well, welcome to Third and Three. It's the gang back again. I'm going to introduce them real quick. We got Mark Belcher in the middle. Mark, say hello to the crowd.
6'1", tons of fun, dressed to a T.
There you
I
go,
thought you were
ladies.
5'12".
All right, and we've got on the right there, Kurt Nelson. Kurt, say hello.
Hello. 6'5", formerly 6'6".
And
Old
full of
age
muscle.
and
Yep.
fatness have dragged me down.
And syphilis.
Right.
Hey, I got that. Penicillin takes care of that.
Right. And I'm Chad Nelson. I'm shorter than the other guys. I'm about Mark's
That's not
height.
true.
Yeah, I'm about
taller
Mark's
than that.
height. I'm a little heavier, so I got that going for me. But hey, we're going to start off today with Kurt's segment, the Financial Corner. So we're going to pass it off to Kurt, and he's going to talk to us about getting rid of your financial. No, that's not it.
That's not what he's talking
That
about.
was last week. But this is in as a result of having fired your financial advisor. Now I'm going to tell you where to go for financial advice.
Okay, there we have it. Kurt,
So
take it away.
after you fired your financial advisor, how do you get your more advanced planning help? Well, I'll tell you what, I've found a software site on the web that I have been extremely pleased with. I used it for about 3 years on the free plan. And for the last year and a half, I've been paying for the software. And I'll do some screen sharing here in a bit and kind of walk you through what's the difference between the two. But the software is called Boldin, Boldin. It was formerly called New Retirement, but they changed the name about a little bit more than a year ago, I think. So let me share my
I like
screen.
the original name. I think they should
Yeah.
change it back. Yeah.
I agree. And well, I don't think I get that. I don't get a vote.
Right. I was going to say, don't you get a vote since you're a subscriber?
I do not get a vote.
Okay. Okay.
All right. So here's the software. This is the site itself. This is a fake account that I loaded for my other YouTube channel, Leveling Up Retirement Now. That's what this LEARN acronym is. So if you want some more in-depth financial content here on YouTube,
I see.
please
You
go
just
over to
took
Leveling
2
Up
zeros
Retirement
off your
Now.
actual account.
The link is in the bio.
Now, this is not my actual account. I made up a bunch of numbers to do a different analysis. But just to walk you through, you put in a whole bunch of information in these accounts and assets, home and real estate, debts, income, expenses. All of this stuff is part of, well, the vast majority of it is part of the free plan, where you enter all this basic information. And then what you're looking at on the right-hand side here is some of the analysis of that. So it comes up with your current net worth based on, your assets and your debts. And then it does a couple different things of planning. You have the ability to toggle what kind of returns you want to see, being optimistic, average, or pessimistic. And in the paid program, you can set what these levels are. In the free program, it's set, and I don't remember what the exact returns are, but right now I just have it at average. But you put all this information in, you let the thing crank, and it gives you, here's what we think your net worth is going to do between now and what you put your end of plan or date of death, based on the average returns. You get a Monte Carlo score here of 87%. They're saying that
Solid.
87% of the time you will not
the
need
key
to
is
make any
people
adjustments to
never-
your plan.
People
What's
never
that?
think about this. People always put in, how much money they have and how long they're going to live. And they always think about changing their expenses or changing, or retiring later and making more money. Nobody ever thinks about just dying sooner. That's really the key to making the percentages work. You just need to make sure you die a little bit sooner.
So you're saying that
Yeah.
if you run out of money, just run in front of a bus.
Yeah, just go up to the top of Flagstaff and drive fast. Yeah, yeah, just do a little Thelma and Louise. Yeah,
And you'll
For
be
those
dead
not in the
on.
Colorado area, Flagstaff's a very steep and curvy
yeah.
mountain.
We should actually do a whole episode on ways to die earlier in your 80s so you have more money.
Mm.
I think that'd be very. What are we? Kevorkian?
Yeah,
Are we turned
exactly.
into the Kevorkian channel?
Yeah.
All right,
So
Sorry to
anyways,
interrupt.
how
you
is
put in. This is pretty basic. What I'm showing you. I mean, you
yeah.
can go to many, many different places on the internet and find this kind of base level planning. Where Boldin really sets itself apart is it's very, very affordable. I pay, I think the going rate is $144 a year. If you watch their sales, you can get it for 120. I use
That's
the
like
old
$12 a
technique of,
month.
yeah,
Nice.
versus remember last week when I talked about firing your financial advisor where it could be 10, 15, 20,000 a year.
Yeah.
This is cheaper.
Yes.
I pulled the old trick of sign up and then while you're in the 14-day free trial, cancel, and you start getting emails going, "Hey, was price an issue? If so, we can knock off 40%." Sure,
Yeah.
40% off for life. So don't tell Bolden that I'm giving you that advice, but
They're
I'm
linked
just saying.
below. They're actually a sponsor of our podcast.
them, them and Hyundai and all of our sponsors.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hashtag not a sponsor.
Right.
Um,
So, so Bump, let me real quick question. So this doesn't. I noticed like you have expenses and healthcare. Does this also budget you to stick to
No.
your? Okay.
No, so this expenses part, if you're only doing the free version, you can go to this recurring expenses and you get this basic budget, which is
Okay.
saying, I spend
Okay.
$5,000 a month.
Sure.
If you use the paid program, you get the detail where you can have 100 different categories
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
say for any one category, these are my go-go years, so I'm going to spend $2,000 a month in travel until I'm 70, and then it's going to slow down to 1,500 until I'm 75, and then it's going to go down to 1,000 when I'm over 75. So you
Yeah.
get a lot more flexibility and able to model a lot of different situations if you do the paid program.
Mm.
You also get
Mm.
these explorers down here that let you do a whole bunch of what if. There's Monte Carlo deep dives. There's different explorers to say, well, what if I paid off my debt before I retire? Or what if the market does these weird things in the first 2 years? And if I delayed Social Security from 62 to 70, what happens? These things really walk you through a lot of the
Mhm.
key variables in retirement spending and asset
Yeah.
management that you could
There's
use a
so much.
financial planner for.
So
Yes. But you know what? Most financial planners are somewhat afraid to give you tax advice because they're not accountants. So it's kind of like
Right.
you have to have a financial planner that is an accountant or has an accountant that's willing to actually help you. Because
Right.
many of the times they're just like, well, you need to read up on that. Like Roth conversions and Social Security, when to take it, they'll kind of throw that back at you as like, that's kind of your decision because there's a lot of math in both directions on both of those scenarios.
Yeah, and I would argue I made this argument last week on our show that in this day and age, with the amount of information that's available on asset management, just picking the right diverse funds to hold, if that's all they're going to provide you, boy, you should really think about how much you want to pay them for that service.
Hmm.
But anyways, this is a great tool I've found that can do a lot more of the deep diving that I was using my financial advisor for prior to firing them. But I now found for $100 a year, $100 a year, I get the ability to do 50 different scenarios where I would just feel guilty about calling the guy the fourth time and going, okay, but can you tweak it from 66 to 67 when I take Social Security? This way I can just do it to my heart's content.
Yeah, I
So
filled it all out. I actually I've done Boldin. I did it all before I retired, and I think it's excellent. And I think the thing is like the Roth conversion thing. Boy, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
But it does help. It's a good calculator.
Yep.
And it's hard to find a good Roth calculator on that alone. So yeah, I think
Yeah.
it'd
The
be
only
worth
shortcoming,
$144 a year.
yeah, the only shortcoming I've found in the Roth Conversion Explorer is that it doesn't factor in getting healthcare subsidies prior to 65. So when I
Mm,
run it, it says, boy, you should be doing all these Roth conversions right now. But if I
mm,
do all those Roth conversions right now, all of a sudden I get no subsidies towards my health care. And I'm
yes,
spending an extra $20,000 a year on just health insurance premiums. Where if I can avoid, that's a lot of tax money
yes,
to save. So especially when you're 55 instead of 75.
mhm.
yes.
So any
Hey,
questions on
real
this?
quick. Yeah, what's the coach function? Is that like an AI wizard or like a widget, or is that just
Yeah, I mean they go through and there's it's some amount of programmatic ways of going, okay, we noticed you have these 16 fields filled in. I mean it's pretty basic. I
okay?
mean, and this is where they get you because they do offer, hey, if you want someone to really interpret this stuff, we'll, for $1,500, you can have your own financial planner walk through your plan with you.
Mm.
And so they do upcharge
I'll do it
where
for
they can.
1,400.
um, but I haven't used any of that. And I find this, I mean, it is kind of nerdy and you have to kind of be into this stuff.
Mm.
But I found it to be a great replacement for what value I was getting out of my financial advisor prior.
Okay. All right.
I am hip.
Yeah, no, that sounds great. Bumps. Thanks for the report on that.
All right.
And folks, we hope you got something out of that. And let us know in the comments if you have any questions about it, and we'd be happy to answer.
Like, subscribe, pound that
Yes.
notification bell.
And we'll see you next week.
All right.